Hey, everybody. Happy Friday. I am Kayla, and I am the executive assistant here at the Chesapeake Think Tank. I am here today with Patrick Lee Jr. Patrick's official title at the CTT is president and partner, but beyond that, he's our driving force and he is our creative energy. And he is the one who is going to get you working on your business. Patrick, thank you for doing this with me. I know you're so busy, but you are the most requested person for Rapid Fire Friday, naturally. So here we
Well,
are. Patrick is joining us from the TARDIS today.
yeah. And I will tell you that it's from the TARDIS because I don't actually have time to do this. So I'm going to use the TARDIS to make sure that we got the time right.
That's great. That's perfect. You know what? By any means necessary, right? Okay, Patrick, are you ready?
Indeed.
All right. All right, here we go. Number one, what celebrity annoys you the most?
All of them.
All of them.
But
But
I'll
is there
give
like
a special shout out probably to the Kardashians. I mean, they're
I
really,
knew you were gonna say that.
yeah. But you could pick almost anyone and they get pretty annoying. So
I totally knew you were going to say that. And I mostly knew you were going to say that because that's also my most annoying celebrity.
yeah.
Okay. Where did you go on your last vacation?
West Virginia. Actually have traveled all over West Virginia, went to almost all the state parks. And this year, 2023, there are out of 52 state parks that are recognized. There's probably a lot more wildlife management areas in West Virginia, but of the 52 state parks and wildlife management areas that they sort of lay out as the key ones, I am 7 short from having visited all 52. And
Well,
this year, the plan is to visit those last 7.
you got to get that done. What's your
I am
favorite
going
park? What's your favorite park in West Virginia?
Greenbrier is up there for personal reasons. I would say that Holly River is a pretty cool park. And Lost River is also a pretty cool park. So those 3 are probably my top.
Cool. All right, next. What is your proudest work accomplishment so far?
I would say this. I'm kind of an industry agnostic, so I'm not specializing in a lot of different areas, but I've become really well versed and maybe even an expert in a lot of different industries. And so I like the fact that I can go into something and learn it quickly and become really an expert. And it's totally not related industries. I've done equestrian, I've done construction, I've done veterinary, I've done consulting, and then with the consulting clients, there's a whole bunch of different industries that I've gone into and had to learn that industry while consulting around best business practices. And I think that's kind of cool that I can do that. I like it.
That's pretty cool. We've got a lot of different clients at the CTT, so it's fun to see you put on your like different hats. So, okay, what is the funniest thing that you have ever witnessed during a Zoom meeting?
So at one point, and there's so many stories, from the whole Zoom thing, and I've never seen anything that was totally inappropriate or crazy.
Right.
But we did have one Zoom meeting where, for some reason, the little I don't even know what they're called, but where you look like an animal talking, you can put on that filter, whatever that filter is. Somebody was on a meeting. They did not want that on. I mean, it was like a professional meeting of a whole bunch of
Oh my God.
but it wouldn't turn off. And so the whole meeting, they were just resigned to the fact that they had to be that character in the
What
meeting.
character were they?
They were the little, it's like a little fox looking thing, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was either fox or badger. It was like a little pointy snout thing, and they couldn't, it would not turn off. And they even signed out, signed in. They did all kinds of stuff.
Oh my God.
So I'm sure they were horrified at the end of that they had to be on that meeting in that form.
How do you look at somebody in the face when they're like shaped like a fox and like have a serious conversation with them? I would be laughing the whole time.
They were getting smiles, and I know they were trying not to talk, but when they had the answer,
Then their little head popped up.
Yep.
All right. What kind of landscape would you like to live in?
Mountains.
I kind of had a feeling that was coming.
Yeah.
So you're like okay with the cold weather and snow?
No, I could live in a refrigerator. It doesn't
Really?
bother
I'm
me.
kind of the same way. Yeah.
Heat is not my thing. I don't like heat at all. Plus, I grew up on the beach, like literally, like you could walk out the door and you were standing on Lake Michigan Beach.
Oh, cool.
So beach is not anything special for me. I mean, it's
Right.
just, there you go. Plus,
Right.
I'm not a big sun person, but I I like forest and mountains.
Yeah. Me
Yeah,
too. Me too. I don't like the heat.
yeah.
Okay. What is one subject you would like to learn more about?
Um, I kind of like all subjects. I'm super curious and I like to just find out about almost anything. But I will tell you that the thing that has been sort of popping up that I realize that I don't have any real background in, and it kind of fascinates me, is botany, plants.
Yeah.
I Yeah, and it didn't. I mean, obviously I never bothered to look at it, so it wasn't that interesting, but
Right.
um Teresa's such a gardener, and it's just now becoming, I'd like to be able to look at a tree and identify what it was. And I'm realizing I know so little about botany. That'd probably be a subject I look into a little.
Yeah. I think there's apps where you can like scan whatever
I
plant
have,
you're
I,
looking at.
I have one because I'm always like, all right, what is this? And it'll
Yeah.
always get me like where it'll get close to specific identification, but it won't give me the exact one. It'll say,
Right.
take a different angle. And I'll be doing this for like 20 minutes and it'll never tell me what it is, but we get
Right.
close.
I have one for bugs because I'm like, I just want to know if it bites me, if it's going to like send me to the hospital. So I have one for bugs.
So you take the time to actually, this might be dangerous, but I'll take the time to identify
Yeah,
it.
let me get as close as possible and take a picture of it. Yeah, the logic isn't there, but it's interesting to know. Okay, if you could afford any car, which one would you drive?
That is so funny because I am so utilitarian with cars. If it
Yeah,
drives and it gets me someplace and it can carry what I need to carry, I never have cared. But there are a few cars that always caught my attention. A Mitsubishi Eclipse was one. I mean, old car. I don't even think they make them anymore, but
yeah,
I love the way that car looked. And the only car I ever bought because of the looks was an updated Mercury Cougar, not the original Mercury Cougars, but the little sporty ones that they came out
uh-huh,
with in early 2000s. And I bought that car and I love that car.
yeah,
Right now, there is no vehicle that I would tell you I'm chasing, but every once in a while, there is a car that will catch my eye and I'll be like, I would drive that car.
yeah. I like the new Ford Broncos. I like all the like muted colors that they have.
Mhm.
I think those are cool.
The Bronco is, way back in the day, driving a Bronco was one of the first vehicles that I ever drove, and it was not the way they look now.
Yeah. What was your first car?
The first car that I bought myself and owned myself was a car called a Mitsubishi Prius. They don't make those anymore. And I bought it in the first year they ever made it. So I got like such deals, and the car had every possible thing on it that, you could put on a car,
Right.
because it was their inaugural model. And then when I traded that in, I got another Prius, and they had really downed all of the accessories and everything.
Yeah.
It was more of a, but that was my first one. But the first vehicle I ever drove, because my dad had a company and I had to drive a vehicle, I believe was a Ford Taurus. I'm
Nice.
pretty sure that's right. Yeah.
Nice. Okay. What are you most looking forward to?
My daughter graduating high school.
Woo! That's
Coming up.
the next couple months.
Yep, coming up fast and pretty exciting. And she's gotten accepted to a whole bunch of colleges, and it's all that exciting time of what's next and what's the opportunities. So it's kind of
That's
fun.
so fun. Does she have a top choice?
She has a couple of top choices. Brevard College in North Carolina has a really great music program, and she's really interested there. My alma mater, Earlham College, she's been accepted to and is interested in. There's a couple other colleges in Indiana that she's looking at. DePaul is one, and a few others. But I think Brevard's still her top choice right now.
Fun. I'm excited for her. Sounds like she's got a lot of fun stuff to look forward to, which that means you have fun stuff to look forward to.
Exciting.
Okay, what's the cringiest thing that you did as a teenager?
Cringiest thing I did as a teenager. There's a lot of cringy things you do as a teenager. Let's see. My guess is being in full goth paraphernalia and wandering down to the beach to hang out with some friends. So why would you be dressed in goth when
Like
you're out?
combat boots and everything?
Yeah, and the hair and the
Oh,
whole
you had hair once upon a time?
well, here's the thing you don't know. Not only did I have hair, but I had at one time I had a huge mohawk. I had a long rat tail that went all the way down the back. I had
No
all kinds
way.
of colors. It was all that stuff. Yeah.
I'm gonna need to see a picture of that.
You will never see a picture of
I
that kid.
totally need to see a picture of that. That's great. Combat boots at the beach.
There you go.
Okay. So I asked this question to Erin, and it was very thought-provoking, and I really enjoyed the, conversation that followed. Would you rather travel to the past or to the future?
I would rather travel to the future.
And why is that?
Well, because
Have a TARDIS?
well, I have a TARDIS so I can do it, right? But I would say that it's because I can right now look back at the past, right? I mean, you're not there, but you can read about it, you can study it, you can kind of get an idea. But I mean, the future is a complete mystery, so why not get a peek at it?
Yeah. What do you hope the future looks like?
Now I'm gonna give you a deep answer.
Okay, let's hear it.
I hope that people have progressed in the social aspects of interaction as much as we seem to progress in technology and medicine and all the sciences. It would be nice if we progressed in how we treat each other and how we steward our societies.
That is awesome. That, I feel like, maybe in the last 3 years since the pandemic started, I think that's been like, I mean, obviously, humanity's never going to be perfect, but I think a general like longing for kindness and compassion and
I think we've at least in the United States, and I'm not sure. I mean, I think this is happening in other places as well, but it sure seems like we've sort of unleashed the worst in self-centeredness around the globe. That people are just more worried about themselves, and it's just not been. There's not been a real identified common good.
You're totally right. That's actually very thought-provoking, and I'm going to be thinking about this for the rest of my day now. So thank you for that. That's the last of my questions. Thank you again so much for doing this with me. I know I've been like the stick in your side over the last couple weeks, but I appreciate it. Thank you for helping me give the people what they want.
Okay. Bye, people.
Bye. All right, let me stop this.